Hey babes. All right, welcome back to Two Chicks at the Same Time, episode 3 or something like that. All right. This is probably the last 45 minutes I have before everybody in the house is awake. Let me make sure that my camera angle doesn't suck. No, I think it's good. All right, so we're gonna do the grass now. And same principle as the first layer of the hands, we're gonna go fat over lean. So that means we're starting with our lean layer. And I've got my Chelsea Studio lean medium. Man, if I had dropped that, I would have lost my fucking shit. I would have posted it too. And then this is the plate that I used for, this is the good plates too. I don't care. This is the plate that I used for the grass over there on the Enchanted Forest. So I've got 4 different greens here. I've got, hold on, wait. We've got oxide of chromium. We've got cadmium green, which is kind of like a neon lime green. We've got permanent green light. This stuff is the business right here. This is Lucas 1862 Viridian. This stuff is just crazy. You can't find anything in a store that's that good. I gotta order that one. All right, so we're back to we do a lot of the heavy lifting with this knife edge brush. All right, I'm gonna do the grass in each one just a little bit different. So that's why I decided to bust out a buffet here. I really like permanent green light. It's kind of like a Kelly green, and I think it's very cool. All right, let's go. And I'm sorry in advance if kids wake up and come in and say hi to me. But I am going to stop to give my kids attention, so just FYI. I would say the hardest thing about oil painting is you don't get the grace that you would get with acrylics on dry time. So whenever you're doing edges and stuff, the thing that you're meeting up with is almost always still going to be wet, and if they touch each other, you're fucked. So that's always a bit of a challenge. Let's see, do I even have the brush that I want to be using for this? No, I don't think I do. And like, we need to make sure that we get the pads of the fingers, the human toe beans, hand beans, I don't know. They all have like a slight curve to them, usually. And so I need to make sure that I don't just like draw a straight line for the fingers, or they're not gonna look like fingers. If you watch the other videos, you know that I said that selling hands has all to do with the details, and it's true. I need to do that one. I love this little table. Let me make sure I can still see it. Is that good? That's good. This little like craft table my wife got for me because I only have a couple of easels. I only have one really nice easel that I bought from Dick Blick's in Los Angeles 20 years ago. Holy shit, yeah. I bought that easel 20 years ago, and it's one of the only things that I actually have from my former life. Another thing that's challenging about oils is you don't get the ability to rest your palm on stuff once you've started cooking. So you really have to have a steady hand, and I don't have a steady hand, so I have to hold my breath. I used to have a steady hand, and then I detailed cars to take care of my family for a couple of decades. See what I mean with those edges? You really have to have some control. The reason I didn't do it the other way around, because if I had started with the green and when I went to do the edges, I would have a lot less forgiveness, because if I touched it just barely, it's gonna fuck up my entire like brush. I'm gonna have to clean it, and then I'm gonna have to fix a mistake. And it just never, like, you can fix mistakes, but sometimes it just never looks right. And especially these hands, they're delicate, colors, and we can't have them muddy. And so by doing the green second, if I get just a tiny little bit of the skin tone on it, it's not the end of the world. Here we go. And it's like you want to just barely ride that edge, but you can't leave even the tiniest. One of the mistakes a lot of beginners make is whenever they get to edges of things, they just kind of stop, and then so you have these. You can see the grain of the white canvas, and that's just an amateur maneuver. So we're not going to do that. I'm not an amateur. That part was kind of tough, so I'm gonna go back to my sword tip. I am pretty much covered head to toe in paint right now. I really need to take a shower and shave and wash my hair, but I've been doing this. I am not wasting this Labor Day weekend. I'm going to labor during it the whole time. Little crease right there in the palm. Beautiful. I feel really grateful to have a ridiculously full calendar, but I'm definitely feeling it. I'm thankful for it. See, like right there, I touched some of that peach just a little bit, and if it had been the other way around, it would have really pissed me off and fucked some stuff up. Pretty little tail. Don't even go here. Pretty sure that I'm gonna have a child waking up at any minute. That's all right. It's so much easier to come in like ride that edge if you can without leaving any white in between, but it is not easy to pull off. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I realize I'm only making these videos for like 2 people. Probably don't even watch them all the way through, but just the fact that anybody is getting enjoyment out of my content is good enough for me. I'm kind of like, dude, I just like don't hang out with people anymore. I have my family, I have my job, I have you guys, and I've pretty much divorced society outside of that, and I'm good with it. Society sucks a bag of dicks, you know? Sorry for my heavy breathing. It's not because I'm out of shape necessarily, because I'm kind of not. But number one, I gotta hold my breath while I do detail work, and I broke 13 of my ribs, which I think is all but one. I don't know. I guess you have 14 ribs, right? Anyway, I broke all but one of them a few years ago in a really bad car accident. And they never really healed right. When I take a deep breath, I can feel something stabbing my lungs, and it's uncomfortable. But that's why I breathe hard. I think the best thing that I ever did, mission failed successfully style, is putting my midlife crisis on Twitter as a public situation. I don't really know why I did it. Really, it was more for me than anybody else. I wasn't trying to impress anybody. I don't have anything to impress people with, but it wasn't about clout or followers. It was just, dude, I just needed a place to put my fucking shit, you know? And, dude, I wasn't in a good place whenever I got there, you know? And I know it's just a stupid app. I could care less about the app itself. But the people that I've met and the directions that it's taken me in my life has been, you know, honestly, I don't know, it's been kind of amazing, actually. So thanks for being a part of that. I appreciate you. And I'm going to keep doing my thing.